Hello everyone and welcome back to my how-tos, and today I'm going to show you how to set up straight bar rows for back. But before I do that, I'm going to do a couple of stretches, and then after my stretches we'll get to the setup, and then we'll go over proper breathing, then improper form, then proper form, then we'll go ahead and move forward to our muscle chart, and then our actual injury chart, which is also going to include the area that you could get injured in for the improper form and how long it's going to take to get over those injuries, like recover and stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and get stretching. Alright everyone, we are on to stretches. I'm going to go ahead and do 3, and then we'll move forward to our setup. So I'm going to grab my hands to the Bowflex right here on the legs. As you can tell, my feet are a little bit off of the Bowflex edge right here. My heels are down and my feet are forward. I'm going to bend my back straight into this stretch, and what this is going to do is it's going to stretch your spine and your shoulders and your back out, and this, you'll probably even feel it a little bit in your calves as well. You're going to want to hold this for about 15 seconds. And then move on to the next one. Alright, for the next one, I'm going to grab the bottom part again, and I'm just going to pull down like this. So I'm going to squat down just a little bit and pull to the side. Now what this is going to do is widen your shoulder and your back, and you'll even feel it a little bit in your spine, and you might even feel it just a little bit in your bicep and tricep. Do that for about 10-15 seconds and then switch over to the other side. Left side. Alright, last stretch here. For this one, I'm going to reach straight down to my feet, and I'll just have my heels down off of the side of the Bowflex here, and just reach down to my toes. And this is also going to stretch out your calves, the front of your leg and your shoulders, and a little bit of your back too. You'll probably even feel it in your spine as well. Hold this for about 15 seconds. Alright, on to the setup. Setup for straight bar rows for Bowflex. First, I'm going to move these out of the way real quick, the seat, and then since I have this part tied up, I'm going to go ahead and untie that. Just throw my tie down there, slash strap, pull this straight down like that, flatten that out. The next step is going to be putting my seat onto the roller. As you can tell, I have rollers here for the seat to go on. You're going to want to roll it on there. Make sure that you get your clip unclipped on the bottom here. And for this one, I'm going to be clipping the clip onto the last clip part right here. Make sure that's nice and steady. And then for my seat, it has the little clamps here to clamp onto the seat right there. You guys can see that one more time, just in case you didn't catch it. That's perfect. Alright, keep the seat like this, nice and flat. That's good enough right there. Our next step, obviously we're going to have the straight bar. This is actually called a squat bar for the Bowflex, but I'm just going to call it our straight bar. Anyway, clip your clips onto your strap. The other side. A little bit of a malfunction. There we go. Okay. Now, last step, choose your weight. Onto actually sitting down properly. Alright, continue on with this exercise. When you sit down, you want to sit facing the rods, and then what you're going to want to do is put your feet down here at these black areas. They're actually a black bar that you can put your feet on, and grab the bar, and then you're good for that one. Next up is proper breathing. So when you pull it towards you, you want to breathe in, and then out for down, or away from you in this case. In, out. Alright, and now I'm going to go ahead and show you some improper form. I'm just going to show you 3 improper ways to do this exercise so you guys can see what I've seen in the gym. I've seen most people try to row it like this, and even though it is called a row, you don't want to necessarily do that. Another way that I've seen people do this is where they've tried to come up like this unevenly. That is also incorrect. And also this motion too, where you bring it up too high to your chin. That's also not correct. Proper way to do it is straight forward, looking straight forward, right at the wall. Find a place where your eyes can lock and stay in that position. Keep your shoulders and back as straight as you possibly can, and pull it directly back to your chest. Make sure that you hold it to your chest for just 1 second, and then back. And again. And one more time, and we'll fast forward. Okay, fast forward. Alright, there we go. And I also wanted to show you guys one more thing before we move on to the muscle chart. You can also go underhand for this one if you want to. That's fine. So just show you just three reps underhand, and that's my explanation. Let's go ahead and move on to the muscle chart. All right, you guys, we are on to the muscle groups. So I'm going to go ahead and circle them before I get started talking about them. And back. A little bit of lats. There we go. Alright, so first muscle group that I'm going to be talking about here that the straight bar back rows works on is the biceps, the back of the wrist, and definitely grip strength as well. You will feel this in your biceps pretty good, but the main focus group is obviously your back here. You might be able to feel it in your lats just a little bit. If you do, that's fine. It's not like you're doing anything wrong or anything like that. So that's perfectly fine if you feel that in your latissimus dorsi, but you're definitely going to feel it in the top parts of your back, and maybe even a little bit in your shoulders, on the back side of the shoulders, along with the front side of the wrist. And like I said, once again, a lot to do with grip strength, since you're holding the bar like that. That has been my muscle explanation for this, and it's time to move on to injuries. Cardia equina syndrome is our first injury on this list, and this is basically a strain in the back. I would say that it could happen pretty much anywhere in the back, but the most areas it would happen are actually up here at the top, and you could also experience it in other areas or parts of the back as well. We're going to go ahead and move up to our skeletal system just to show you where that will affect you as well. Alright everyone, we are on to the skeletal system, and I just want to put it out there that I'm not exactly saying that these two are 100% connected, but with the sprain you could possibly feel stiffness in your joints and stuff like that. So you'll most likely feel it in your back area. If you feel stiffness and joint pain and stuff like that, that's probably why you'll feel it there. Just remember that this is going to take up to 4 to 6 weeks to recover from this, and it also depends on the severity of the strain as well, so it could possibly take longer. Let's go ahead and move on to our next one. On to our last injury, we're going to talk about herniated discs, and this could happen from a range of in the back area from right about here to there, and maybe even possibly, but this is for lower back exercises and stuff like that, but it could possibly happen there for lower back exercises. But we're going to go ahead and head down to our muscle system just to show you where it could possibly affect you. Alright you guys, not necessarily saying that herniated discs are 100% connected to the muscular system or would not 100% affect them, but it is possible that you will feel some pains in your muscles and stuff like that just from the actual surgery and stuff. So from the surgery you might actually feel some pain in your muscles and stiffness in your joints and stuff like that, so you'll definitely feel that in these areas right here. And for the recovery time of this, even after surgery, I mean, of course it depends on what your doctor says and how much you can recover from this, but it can take up from 4 to 6 weeks, maybe even I'd say probably even like 6 months sometimes. It just really depends on what your doctor says. Alright everyone, this has been my how-to video. Hope you liked watching it as much as I liked making it for you guys to watch as well. Any questions, please comment below. If you'd like us to change or do anything different with our videos, please also do that as well in the comments. Like, subscribe, and always going to be honest, always going to be truthful, always going to be straightforward with you guys, and as always, unleash your inner bull.